Hey everybody, welcome back. Coin Crew, we are here with another penny roll hunt, and the last couple of rolls I got pretty skunked on. We still like to post them because it's just fun, but hoping that this roll will hold maybe a wheat cent or two, maybe a Canadian or two, but one way or the other, it's just be good fun searching through them. How you guys doing today? You guys hanging in there? It's tough times around these parts. Let's just take a moment for ourselves and enjoy some coin fun. This is an interesting 71. The markings on this are quite interesting, actually. Well, not interesting enough for me to do anything other than pop it in the copper container, because that's what we're doing. Here's another 71 right in a row. Interesting, I should have actually left this in my hand and we could have compared the both of these together. This one, of course, far more colorful, has way more. This is very nice, actually. I would call this collection worthy in my colorful coins section, or as I call them, the oddities section. So we're gonna keep that for sure. All right, next one, 82. And as we're looking, and as we all know, this would be a large date. And I usually tell that from the number 2 is usually very close to the edge and this one is lacking, if you can see, a curve in the middle of the two. So let's see if this is copper or if this is zinc planchet. And this is a copper planchet. So this is the coin that was able to survive before the actual switch over to a zinc planchet. So it's not in the greatest of shape, so we're not going to keep it, but we'll definitely go into our copper container for our stack. This is a nice shape for 2006. The back especially very nice. That is definitely collection worthy for sure. On to the next one. Yeah, just 2015. This isn't too bad. The back is a little grungy. My guess is a 2025. It is indeed, but look at all the schmutz on it. My goodness. I mean, the back looks fine, but the front is really just corroded. So we're actually gonna toss that back. Someone else can find it. 1978. It's in decent shape. It's not great, so we're not gonna keep it for a collection, but it will go into the copper stack. 67. Actually, look at this interesting strike on the back. It's actually very weak struck. The details are kind of there, but look at the details across the steps in the back of this coin. They really have just disappeared. All right, well, 97 into the copper. And let's see, 75. Schmutzy old coin, but still worth all the copper that it has inside of it. All right. $2005, another 91. What's with all the 91s all of a sudden? That's kind of weird. Again, not in great shape. It is older. All right, 88. Let's check the FG on this one. There is not a whole lot of FG to be seen on this coin. Wonder if it's just from honest wear or if this is an error coin. I'm gonna put this, actually let's see if the 88 itself is doubled. It is not. All right, well, I'm gonna put this to the side just to research this just a little bit farther. Again, the FG on the side is usually very prominent, and usually when you're looking for the error coin, you're looking for the serif on the FG, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of FG there at all. So this will be something that we research. 95 beat, 21, not in the bestest of shape. Same. Here's an 88D. So let's look at, again, the 88 and the D, see if it is doubled. It is not. And let's look for the FG on the back. FG present, but no serif. So if it wasn't so schmutzy on the front, I would actually keep this coin. It's actually fairly decent for 88. Just too, like I said, just too schmutzy. All right, here's our first wheat cent. Yay, wheat cent. This one is definitely, looks like it's taking its licks, that's for sure. But what do we got for a date on here? 52D. I'm gonna slide this into the microscope super quick and see if this is a doubled mint mark. I do not see the doubling on this mint mark. And of course, it's hard to see doubling, especially on these older coins that have been in heavy circulation, but I'm not seeing it, everybody. I will put it into the collection and see if it is one that I have or not. I probably have the 52. I might not have the 52 Denver. So That's a nice one to find. 87. Look at this 2012. This is actually really decent shape. Look at that coin. Very nice. All right, that is definitely going into collection. And what do we got here in 83? Let's just check it automatically to see if it has copper. Fingers crossed. Nope. Zinc planchet it is. And just for the ha-has, let's just stick it under the microscope quick. And nope, no doubling. So, all right, moving on. Ooh. Let's come out strong. Look at this. Very nice, and lots of details on the back of this coin. How's the front? Isn't so bad. Oh, it's a 2000, so let's flip it over, look for the AM. Is it a wide AM? It is not. It is a close AM, but this is actually a really decent 2000 coin. So we're gonna hold that back. 84, looking for the ear, and I do not see a doubling on that ear. No, sir. All right, let's move on. 96, not too bad. No doubling on that, you can see. Another 96. Again, decent, but not noteworthy, if you will. Woo! What is going on the back of this coin? It almost looks like post-minting damage. Let's put it under and see real quick. Yeah, this is actually not damage at all. This is, in fact, just different tinting on the coin itself. I'm wondering if this is post-mint damage or not, or if this is an actual error on the coin. We're gonna hold it back and check it out. All right, moving on. Ooh, gosh, that was a beat on. 92, let's look for the close AM on the 92. It's hard to see with the patina. Nope, that is a wide AM on the 92, expected. 1990, it's kinda, so this is actually a perfect moment. So you can see right here, this white is the zinc planchet. This is the planchet under the coating, if you can kind of see on the side. This is what happens when you went from the copper planchet, which is a full copper round, to a zinc round. Look at this on this side too. Boy, this thing has been chewed up. Like I went through a lawnmower. All right, 95. Ooh, look at the colory color on this one. Why is there a big old black spot in the middle to ruin it? Bummer, but pretty nice coin otherwise. All right, guys, last handful of pennies in this roll. Let's hope for something, well, let's hope for something better than noteworthy. Might be nice. And we're not gonna start it with this, so let's move on. 2013, schmutzy, 86, 92. Again, let's look on the 92 for the A and the M. Wide AM, swing and a miss. 83D. All right, so again, let's see what it weighs. See if it's copper. It is not, of course, but let's just see if this is a doubling. Now, quite honestly, this might be a doubled D. So I am going to, again, put this to the side and do some research on it, but that might be a doubling of this D, which might make this an error coin. That is much better than noteworthy. I'll take that in 8 seconds. But research coin. All right, guys, the last couple half dozen coins. 70D. Is this a large date or a small date? 1970? Unfortunately, it is a large date. Small date 1970s, much lower mintage, much more desirable. And we're coming down to our last two, everybody, and it's not looking very good. 74 for our copper hoard, and lastly a 1991 that looks all smudgy and yucky, but isn't just that the way of days some days. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Really appreciate you being here. Appreciate you understanding and appreciating my love for this hobby. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.